ドジャースの大谷翔平が日本時間4月21日、敵地でのロッキーズ戦に1番 DH で先発出場し、52試合連続出塁を達成しました。2対1で迎えた3回の第2打席。大谷はホセ・キンタナの低めのチェンジアップをうまく捉え、ライト前打をマークしました。これで自身の連続試合出塁記録を52に伸ばしました。米メディア、ESPN インサイツは X で、翔平大谷、とにかく出塁が止まらない。と伝え、現在、52試合連続出塁を記録中。これはメジャーリーグで現在継続している記録として最長であり、さらに1900年以降のドジャース球団史でも歴代3位に入る驚異的な記録だと紹介しています。この記録は試合中の中継でも取り上げられ、現地実況も興奮気味に伝えていました。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
After the Mets have lost 11 straight games. It's remarkable. We're chasing history at this point. It hasn't happened to the Mets since 2004. Their highest losing streak ever is 17. We're on the way to some really bad things. All of that's worth discussing. But before all of that, more importantly than all of that, should we at least acknowledge that I have this little cherry nail art for my trip to Nashville?
That looks wonderful. I have no idea what you were just about to say, but that looks great.
And I have a phone case to match it.
Love that. So matchy. Very cute.
Anyway, back to the Mets.
The sky is falling in New York. We can't win a baseball game. We've sat here and talked to you, I don't even know, 4 times at this point since they last won a baseball game. Who's to say? We go to Chicago. We just fall on our face against the Cubs. I mean, Sunday, yesterday, they're like taking it to extra innings. MJ Melendez, latest scrap heap edition, is the only one that can even hit a baseball. Things are bad. This is turning into a national story. I mean, like, national outlets are posting things. Fox News is posting things as to whether or not it's a Mamdani curse, all right? Like, we won't even get into that, but things are escalating.
But the point is, it's not just like the Why Am I a Mets fan girlies are talking about this. We're talking about this. National rounds. It's April. Like, remember 2 weeks ago we're here and you're like, well, you just can't judge a whole season by April. If this is the way the rest of the season is going to look, I cannot watch 120 plus baseball games of this. Like, I'm not going to sit through all this. I actually am, but only because I want to shit talk them. I'm going to hate watch at that point.
Right.
I used to want to cheer for something. I used to feel hope in my heart, Ashley.
Right.
It's getting to a place where, like, yes, it's interesting and it's funny and the losing streak, but like, even once they snap this, they're in a horrific hole now.
Well, that's the thing. You can sit here and say, and maybe, hopefully, God willing, for our sanity, we'll sit here in a couple months and we'll look back on this little episode and we'll say, man, remember that? Rock bottom, nobody in the ballpark. But as Jeff Passan pointed out to us, the hole that they have now dug themselves, okay, this pretty little worst start to the season in essentially Mets history, 4 teams in Major League Baseball history have lost 10 or more games in a row and made the playoffs. The last one was the Guardians just last year. Only one of those teams had a skid in April and still made the postseason, which was like in 1951. You get the idea. Where we're headed, yes, it's April 20th, but teams that have these sorts of streaks in April don't tend to do so well. And you know what? I think it's high time we talk about the hitting, because if there's any area to me, don't get me wrong, the pitching there's honestly more question marks than answers in that starting rotation. Mm-hmm. But the hitting is what sticks out to me as this could really be this season-long thing that plagues this team. I'm sorry, it's really not so fluky to lose, 11 games in a row at this point and not be able to hit and not be able to drive in runners in scoring position and not be able to string together contact, right? Like, that's not a fluke for 2 straight weeks at this point.
No, and it's not like it's one person at this point who's having a slow start. Top to bottom, the lineup is just not performing well, which is so interesting because I feel like you probably feel this way every year if you're a Mets fan, at least for a small period of time. But I just can't figure this team out. Like, do you remember opening day?
I do. They scored, 10 runs?
It's like we're talking about, we're like, you know what? This is the science experiment that wins the fair, you know?
Yeah.
That wins the high school fair. Like, Alvarez is hitting bombs. Carson Bench is getting his first home run. Everybody is eating. Stars are performing in the ways they normally do. Like, was that just a one-off? Like, I literally can't think of any other time other than like that one day that I felt happy.
To be completely and completely clear, this is not okay, Juan Soto's returning next homestand, hopefully this week. This is not a situation where, oh, Juan Soto's going to be back, so we might be okay. Now, if that was the case, I'd be utterly delighted. But frankly, I don't see it going this way. You have a Lindor problem. You have a Bo Bichette problem, which I've said multiple times. I expect those guys to get going at some point, but we're just looking around the room at this point. And beyond the top of the lineup, you, once again, I will eat my words from opening day that sounded so hopeful, have a 6 through 9 problem. We have to have real conversations about the future of Brett Baty and Mark Vientos on this team, because Brett Baty, you can look at it statistically, this is not me jumping to conclusions, is damn near the worst hitter in Major League Baseball through the first 3 weeks of the season.
No, it's true.
I'm sorry, time is up. This is my little tiny gold watch, very cute, antique.
Yeah, it really is.
Time is up. Time is on Brett Baty and Mark Vientos. I am done. I still think Vientos is a higher upside. He can hit for power sometimes. We saw him hit a home run just a couple of games ago. But these cannot be, listen, Brett Baty and Mark Vientos could have major league careers. They could go on and be utility guys and just like bop around the league. And in 10 years, we could still see him places. They're serviceable, but they're not everyday pieces to your lineup that you're relying on in clutch situations. And the fact that we are on, honestly, like year 3 pretty much of waiting for those two to produce, I'm done waiting. Time is up.
There's something about the time is up on the little gold adorable antique watch. Like, oh, you're so scary.
No, I agree with you. And to be honest, we're talking about money, and I hate his philosophy with money, with a lot of things, but it's not even all about the money. It's just this like idea and this philosophy that you're moneyballing and you're nickel and dime. Just put guys in a position to succeed. Why is everybody playing out of position, for instance? Like, forget about money. I don't care who you brought in. Maybe bring in guys who are experienced and who haven't played. I mean, we said the stat at one of our earlier shows in the offseason. The Mets like went into this year with the 4 infield starting positions, like first base, second base, third base, shortstop. They had like a grand total of 2 games of experience at the corners. Like, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. David Stearns is trying to reinvent the wheel, and he didn't have to do that with the resources that he has allocated to him. And beyond that, and I'm going to bring up something that you might feel is a little bit off the wall. I actually think he now has a bigger problem on his hands. Okay. Because of course, obviously he does, right? If it's the second season of losing, if the Mets are horrific this year, there's going to be big time changes. They're going to fire Mendoza. It's going to be anarchy in Queens. Okay. Where he really has a problem now is that you blew up the core. You shook up the coaching staff. You did kind of everything you had to do this offseason going into this year to make changes. And now it's still not working. And on top of that, fans don't really care about any of these guys. Let's be honest about something. Last year when the wheels fell off the bus, fans still had a higher stock and a higher interest in that team because these are beloved Mets. They've played here for 8, 10 years. Pete Alonso, Nimmo, Jeff McNeil for some people.
For some.
Not me. Longtime guys, right, that fans are attached to. There's an emotional connection. Well, David Stearns took a page out of the college athletics book where nobody has an emotional connection to anybody anymore because of the transfer portal. And he brought in all these guys that honestly fans don't really give a damn about. Now, I'm not saying you need to construct your roster around that. That's obviously ridiculous. But when things go awry as they are right now, people don't have a reason to give Bo Bichette a longer leash because they don't know Bo Bichette. Marcus Semien and Jorge Polanco, I don't know. They seem nice. They just got here, but they kind of fucking suck at the plate. So why would I? Do you understand what I'm getting at here? Like, he lost the attachment that fans had to these players. Now they have even less of a reason to come out to the ballpark.
Which I get. And listen, it's funny because the Mets fan base is so psychotic, is so used to being hurt, is so insane.
Traumatized and
traumatized. Like, you're really probably not going to drive away Mets fans, or it would take a lot, is my point. I would think they'll still come out and hate watch just because they love the Mets and the team so much. But you're absolutely right. I mean, I would even say for me personally, I'm not, like, the first time I'm like looking at some of these guys, I'm like having to look down at my list. Now, who the hell is this again? Like, exactly who do we have going on here? You're like trying to recognize the faces. Now, okay, whatever. You watch a couple games, you understand, you see the lineup, you know who everybody is. But to your point, when you think about guys like Alonso, you think about guys like Nimmo, it was like, those were the guys of our generation. That's who we like grew up watching.
Yeah.
And for anybody, I think, who's our age, yeah, of course you're going to all of a sudden be like, who exactly are these guys?
Edwin Diaz among that group as well.
100%. I could totally see where you think that fans would just sort of feel like I'm out, or just feel a little bit of apathy towards the whole situation, which, as Ashley and I always say, is a bad thing. You'd rather fans be upset, pissed off, hating you than not feeling anything for you, because that's when you're really in a big hole.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've done a Rich Eisen show where the New York Metropolitans have lost 11 straight Major League Baseball games. And that's a shame. The headline of the New York Post, did you see it?
No.
It says 11 in hell. Devin blows it as Mets skid keeps growing. They had a 1-0 lead in the 9th inning in Wrigley Field, and their Yankee they just had to have to keep amassing collections of Yankees in a single white female type way. Devin Williams blew it. Then they lost in extras. That's 11 in a row. Man.
Yeah, longest since 04. Mets' longest lifetime losing streak, 17. So there's still a ways to go.
Yeah. Well, go for it then.
What are we going for? What are we going for?
Break records.
Yeah, huh?
Lose 18 in a row. It don't matter to me no more.
Why? Are you out? Are we signing a piece of paper? Are you doing it? Is this happening? Oh, no, he's not.
Yes.
That's not a Dodger uniform.
Yes. Welcome.
Whoa.
To the party, TJ. Oh, O'Shea.
Are you serious? Is this happening?
I mean, this is a legitimate jersey. Yeah,
I know that. Did O'Shea Jackson Jr. give this to you?
No. I went to. I got to tell you the story.
You did this yourself?
No, it was at a birthday party. Everyone got a Dodger jersey a couple years ago.
go.
So
okay,
you know,
so are we doing this?
Ready.
I mean,
are we doing this?
Oh, where?
No, he just put it on.
We need to get
literally.
one.
He literally laid it
Well,
across his chest, across his heart.
Here, we got to get one made.
You will be so much more
get one made.
Oh my goodness
Trust me,
gracious!
you don't even have to pay attention.
There's a Dodger certificate for you to sign?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I don't know.
Come on over.
I'm disgustingly loyal is the problem.
Nah, don't do it.
So the Met, what have the Mets ever done for you?
That's 7 and 15.
I mean,
We just won. Is that updated with us winning today?
Oh,
yeah.
It is.
Great. Thank
9 and 13.
7-15. Is that right? Are we sure?
Yeah, it's a good 4 games behind the Yankees who are coming into Fenway Park on Tuesday.
Yeah, big week.
Are we sure that record's correct? Let me
It
go.
is 7-15. It used
Might
to
be
be.
worse.
Well, I mean, it's easy. You could do the math. It used to be 7 and 4.
7-4. Yeah.
Because I was in
Now you're
Vegas,
7 and 15.
you know, I wasn't really paying attention.
That's 11 straight New York Metropolitan losses.
No math in Vegas.
Back when we were in summer camp and I was, wise enough to be a Yankee fan at age 7, we used to sing "Meet the Mets" to beat the Mets.
oh yeah, beat the Mets.
Beat the Mets. Come on out and beat the Mets.
Beat the Mets.
Oh, this is just
Have you beat us?
positively delightful.
Well, I mean,
It's great.
Yeah, so you lost 17 during the Mets' first year, 1962.
Oh,
A 15-game losing streak in 63 the next year.
I'm curious about more history.
And 82, a 13-game losing streak in 1980.
Wow.
12-game losing streak in 2002.
Okay.
And lost 11 straight in 04.
All right,
take
so
the
that's
over.
so it's been 22 years.
Yeah.
Can I take the over?
Man, to have a season-destroying 11-game losing streak before it's even, 420, which I think a whoopie pie goes down well with TJ Plus in a day like today. They're on 420. Just saying. Mr. Met chocolate whoopie pie might just go down quickly. 1 or 2 bites and you're through it.
Shohei Ohtani extended his on-base streak yesterday in Colorado, now in 3rd place all alone after passing Hall of Famer Willie Keeler. Next up, Sean Green's 53-game streak set in 2000. Hall of Famer Duke Snider, 58-game on-base streak in the summer of 1954, still stands as the modern National League record. And speaking of streaks, Shohei has a 34-game on-base streak just against the Rockies. It's been almost 6 years since he didn't reach base in a game against Colorado. Jerry, that was back before he had ever won any of these MVPs. Safe to say he likes facing the Rockies.
Well, obviously the Rockies, the last few years, they may not have had the best pitching staff. I mean, we know they've tried to rebuild the last several years, and Shohei Ohtani's taken advantage of it. We know his talent, tremendous power. They're going to be very careful when he's at the plate. He'll draw his walks, and he can do that. Scrub baseballs, go the other way, with power on a line. So it's not surprising that Shohei Ohtani has this streak. I'm sure he has several other streaks against various ball clubs.
He's great, John.
Well, and also your Colorado hitters get really confident when going to Colorado. It is a place that hitters like to hit. You see that big outfield, the ball carries, and we know with his power, he can just, if he just mishits and hits off the end, it'll still carry out of the ballpark, whether you're in Colorado or any ballpark. So obviously the ball carries even a little more. So you have that confidence, and then you face the team when you're at your home ballpark and you're confident there. So all that builds up, and he has the success. But you're right. I'm sure we see these numbers against other teams, not just against Colorado.
Hey, and with a SWAT team lineup today, as Jerry likes to call it, Dodgers might be leaning on Shohei even a little bit more in the series finale tonight.
Quintana with the 2-2. Pulled to right. That's down for a hit. A leadoff single for Shohei Ohtani in the third. On base streak. Add one more now. 52.
He continues to impress even when he loses balance a little bit. That's why that streak is up to 52. He can get fooled a little bit and still hit it hard. Loses a little balance, lost his weight shift, but lengthens the swing, drops the top hand off, and still barrels it up for a hard line drive.
So 1-7 matches the real 1-5. Kevin Millar and Shin-Soo Choo for the longest on-base streak the last 20 years in the majors. And now one game closer to matching Sean Green's streak for the second longest in franchise history.
I had a neighbor that came to a couple games this weekend, and he asked me today when I saw him, he said, is Ohtani the greatest player that's ever lived? And I said, yep.
I really don't think there's much question.
No.
I'll tell you something else. For as long as he, stays healthy and continues to do both, you might as well rename the National League MVP award after him, because nobody else is going to be in the picture.
If he wins the Cy Young,
which he's gunning for.
Right. It's the one thing he wants most right now. And him and Yamamoto are supposedly really going for it against each other. If he wins that this year, no one can argue ever again. That's my real opinion about it. He has proven that he is the best at both.
I'm going to get on my soapbox here and tell you he already is. Here's the 2-2. Greatest player. This is a base hit for Ohtani. And now he's reaching 52 straight. And for those, and this is, Babe Ruth was phenomenal. Yeah. Babe Ruth played before the color, before Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. There were no Latinos. There was nobody from the Far East. Yeah. Babe Ruth didn't steal bases. Babe Ruth pitched for a little bit, he pitched well,
years, right?
A little bit early in his career with Boston.
He didn't pitch in, was a position player at the same time. He said it was crazy to think somebody could do that.
Let's say he goes out and wins the Cy Young. Whatever those numbers look like, he's still going to hit 40.
Well, he's hit 50 in back-to-back years, 50 plus.
He's pitched 18 innings this year. He's given up 7 hits, 1 earned run, 18 punch-outs.
He's 41-20 in his career with a 2.5 ERA. So even though he has not won a Cy Young award, when he's on the mound, he's been one of the 10 best starters in baseball.
Four times a player has thrown 100-plus innings pitched and hit 20 homers. Ohtani's got 3 of them. The other one was Babe Ruth in 1919, and it was the last year with the Red Sox.
Well, the biggest challenge Ohtani will have if he is gunning for a Cy Young is the innings pitched. He's got to get close to 160, 180 innings to really... even though we look at innings pitched as being a lost art,